best of three worlds. Comedy record number 18. This is awesome, baby. Dick Vitale, Mr. 110% lives. Holla! Thank you very much. Homers, dunks, and TKOs. Holla! Bo Jackson lives. Thank you very much. My father gave the greatest gift anyone could give another person. He believed in me. Jim Valvano. Neil Young lives. Holla! Thank you very much. If I took performance-enhancing drugs at sleepaway camp, I would have struck out with more accelerated speed. PEDs make you stronger, but they don't come with a no-choke guarantee, nor do PEDs automatically deliver Kate Hudson on top of your lap to tap for an overdue power surge against the Phillies in 2009 World Series. A-Rod lives, the caramel macchiato of MLB broadcasters. Holla! Thank you very much! So what does A-Rod come into life after banging Kate Hudson in her prime have to do with homers, dunks, and TKOs? Or Kate Hudson trying to make her ex-husband Chris Robinson lead singer-songwriter of the Black Crowes jealous again. Holla! Black Crowes live. Thank you very much. Which is hard to do when you're good enough to make a record from your sold-out shows at the Greek Theater, playing nothing but Led Zeppelin covers with Jimmy Page. It comes down to confidence. What I've learned in life, no thanks to Pops, is that the only way to develop confidence in this world is from the forward propelled thrust of momentum-powered winning. Trump lives, and Trump won. Deal with it. Holla! Thank you very much. Growing up, I never had conversations with my dad about how Larry Bird was a gym rat or how Michael Jordan kept his workout routines top secret to maintain his competitive edge before the NBA became a safe space for LeBron James' ego. Holla! For endless, more than deserved dumpage on the king of the persecution complex. Boom shakalaka! Thank you very much! All I recall hearing from my dad, who coached me in basketball throughout elementary school, if you want to call it coaching, was to get out of the way for Carmine to take the last shot. Hoosiers lives. Holla! Thank you very much! Carmine was a way better ball handler and shooter than me. Still, it would have been nice to have a dad who pushed me to take the last shot, instead of defining me as a soft choker, incapable of becoming a true alpha male on the court, due to my tendency at the time to prance down the court on my tippy toes, looking like I was rocking high heels instead of high tops. Holla! Thank you very much! If LeVar Ball were my coach dad growing up, my substitute coach dad, he'd offer Rihanna future profit participation profit points for popping my cherry to ensure I'd feel like a bigger baller inside by losing my virginity before my younger brother of 3 years did. LeVar Ball would only invite stuck-up Jenny from the block for a game of spin the bottle in my honor. 2 minutes into the party, LeVar Ball, my substitute coach dad, barks and stuck up Jenny's ear. The Yoo-Hoo bottle doesn't spin itself, bitch! Holla! Thank you very much! Can I get a holla for an amazing do-it-all dad, that being LeVar Ball, but failing to have the conversation about not jacking Gucci shades while playing in China. Holla! Thank you very much! Carmine's father coached his firstborn son in football and turned him into a beast on the football field and on the hardwood. Carmine never hesitated or questioned his ability to drive to the hoop in heavy traffic, draw contact, and score with resounding authority, like an Italian-American version of Dave Winfield. Holla! Thank you very much! On the football field, nobody hit harder or with more technically sound proficiency as he drove you into the ground like a welterweight Dick Butkus. Nan Carmine. Thing is, Carmine was a sweet Italian kid off the sports battlefield who wasn't a bully Guido at all. And Guidos don't get enough credit for being the original pioneering metrosexuals of their day, but I digress. Holla! Yonkers lives, Guido Nation. IROC Z, I feel ya. Holla! Thank you very much! I haven't thought about Carmine in ages, especially his dad, who was the closest thing to a cigar-chomping clone of Vince Lombardi, mixed with the bravado panache of a more imposing, barrel-chested Pat Cooper. Side note, Pat Cooper is an old-school Italian Catskills comic who still appears on the Howard Stern Show. Post Weird Week Woke Howard. Holla! Thank you very much! Who insists on calling Trump supporters deplorables who wish they'd all die and just disappear, because if he doesn't say that, he won't be invited to Jimmy Kimmel's house for more 2-bite chicken parm dinners. Deal with it, Permhead. Holla! Thank you very much! Yeah. Howard Stern's a real humanitarian. I'm sure he lost a lot of sleep over Artie Lang turning his nose into a folded piece of fucking Kappa Cola. Holla! Beer League lives. Thank you very much! Yeah, so back to Pat Cooper. And no longer talking about has-been hacks like Weird Woke Howard. Holla! Thank you very much! So Pat Cooper is the Italian Don Rickles, minus the career, but a living legend worth seeing before he chokes on his pasta fangool. I'm a Jewish New Yorker, so it's my birthright to bust balls. Plus, according to my wife, I'm a shitty actor, and a wise-ass Jewish New Yorker doing a wise-ass Italian New Yorker isn't a stretch. Just look at Bobby Sladen's career. Holla! Thank you very much! Nor does it require much of a reconfigured accent to pull off the limited character transformation either. Indian newsstands, Greek diners, and ass-fucking parties every night of the week. That's New York! How are ya? Dice lives. Actually, Angel Silverstein. Thanks for proving my point, Dice. Holla! Dice rules forevermore. Thank you very much! Back to Carmine's Coach Dad. Do-it-all Coach Dad, who's very intense on the sidelines of football games. Basketball wasn't his real love, because I don't remember his dad attending any games at all, despite Carmine being the best clutch baller on our rec basketball team by far. Football was his father's love, so Carmine's father poured his heart and soul into turning his only son into a pounding, winning machine who left all his blood, sweat, and tears on the field, similar to what Eddie Van Halen did with Wolfgang, proving parenting matters too. Specifically, do-it-all dads. Holla! Thank you very much! Carmine oozed a passion for winning that was more palpable than most. The hunger and drive to exert his will and dominate anyone who got in his way was a thing of beauty. I want my 3 kids to be in the game, and not just so it will look good on their college resume, so I could spend $200,000 each kid, just so they can spend every waking minute defending Israel's right to defend itself. Because when Hamas launches another 5,000 rockets into Israel's backyard, don't expect an edible arrangement gift basket in return with a thank you note written in Farsi. Holla! Thank you very much! I want my children to shoulder the responsibility of winning and push others to become clutch leaders in the big moments themselves. To fill their days with more toppable, memory-rich tomorrows. Holla! Thank you very much! I want my kids to believe in their ability to will a way to win, regardless of what ailment plagues them. Like when Jordan beat the Utah Jazz for his 6th NBA ring, despite playing with a debilitating, draining case of the flu, or when Larry Bird beat Magic Johnson with a fucking broken back before Magic made HIV disappear. Holla! Tony Kushner lives again. Thank you very much! Hillary! Hammer time! Cankles! MC Hammer lives. Holla! Can't touch this. Thank you very much! Hillary! Homa! Liquor breath! Couldn't even make it to a campaign rally in Wisconsin because of her nervous, coughing, fits of despair. And that was already after her failed photo op on a subway when she failed to make her Metro card work not once, but 5 times by swipe number 5. Huma Liquor Breath mutters out loud to herself. Black people are watching. You know, super predators. You can do it! Holla! Thank you very much! I want my kids to get addicted to winning so they become hungrier for bigger, meatier conquests to conquer with all their might and understand in life it's not about how hard you hit, but it's about whether you get back up and go that extra inch. That's how winning is done. Stallone lives. Holla! Thank you very much! I tend to be very hard on myself for not doing stand-up comedy earlier, or not getting involved in my radio station at Ithaca College, otherwise known as Cornell's retarded next-door neighbor. But I was in the School of Communication, so I could smoke some excellent primo $70 an eighth outdoor Thompson County man. I could take a couple of bong hits of that primo stuff and not manage to stutter every other 2 seconds because I was in the distinguished Roy H. Park School of Communications. Holla! Ricky Lake lives. Thank you very much! Reality is, before Ithaca, when I attended Lake Forest and I hosted my own radio show, I was a major stoner whose roommate was an even bigger stoner from the island of Hawaii. It would take forever to get the fucking class. Like, I'm walking Hawaii time, bro. I'm like, okay, well, I'm from New York and you're boring me in real time, long time, all the time, and now I know why I smoke so much weed, because it's the only way I could tolerate you being so fucking slow. Holla! Thank you very much! But at least I learned from my roommate Kowal, who went to Punahou, the private school of Barack Obama, that Obama is a fake news baller because he rode the bench at an all-Asian private school in Hawaii. Holla! Dick Vitale lives again. Thank you very much! This is awesome, baby. Holla! Hope you're enjoying the show. Take it to the limit. Eagles live. Glenn Fry in particular. Thank you very much! Kowal was Chinese American and cousins with Bette Midler, which makes sense because he'd get a tad hysterical, yentish freshman year of college, bitching nonstop about the low quality of commercial Midwest weed he was blowing a small fortune on compared to the higher quality, cleaner tasting, longer lasting, Maui Wowie dreaming back home. He was a major Bob Marley fan. And Koal would definitely love this joke. This is Ziggy Marley being interviewed by High Times Magazine. So, Ziggy, your dad had 7 kids, but I thought ganja drained your ball sack dry. And Ziggy Marley says, fake news, man. Holla! Thank you very much! Sophomore year, Koal and his brother mail him the Primo $70 an eighth Crystal Spect Green Delight in peanut butter jars from home. And so, in short, my brain was constantly fried during my sophomore year of college as a direct result of playing perpetual catch-up from both spending one more extra day in Mardi Gras than I should. And for my radio show, I did zero preparation, thinking that playing a 22-minute whipping post by the Allman Brothers Zeus was a wonderful use of my time to work on my craft, knowing I had only 30 minutes of airtime there, although it did inspire me to eventually transfer to Ithaca College to pursue a degree in communications and take a road trip to Montreal and to tip the DJ an extra 20 spot to play the 20-minute whipping post to get the most mileage and extension out of their one-song lap dance policy, proving I'm more crafty, he'd be predatory than I give myself credit for. Holla! Bernie Madoff lives. Thank you very much! As I explained to my kids, I half-assed my radio show at Lake Forest. John Hughes lives. Holla! Home of Vince Vaughn. You're a bear! Thank you very much! I should have shown more pride in my work. Add that to the list of things Dad never talked to me about growing up. Except feeling shitty about my non-existent surging self-esteem. Holla! Thank you very much! You only take pride in your work when you care about doing the job well. Similar, Neil Diamond says in The Last Waltz, I'm only going to do one song, but I'm going to do it good. Holla! Last Waltz lives. Scorsese. Thank you very much! You only take pride in your work when you care about doing the job well. And that's hard to accomplish when you're smoking $70 an eighth weed on school nights, where after one hit, the entire movie of Pink Floyd The Wall flies by like that, and you feel like you've understood everything, but not really. Outside of Roger Waters bitching about his overbearing mom, even though it helped create a rock masterpiece and made him set for life. So get over it already. Holla! Thank you very much! Still, one day at Lake Forest on my radio show, I did get a little funky, involving a Gamma Rho sorority and some like shaving cream. Pretty ballsy move on my part, because I still hadn't lost my virginity yet. My younger brother had lost his virginity before I did, established before, which made me feel like a big brother bust. In other words, I felt like Eddie Curran the Knicks with a shittier hook shot. Holla! Thank you very much! Younger brother also achieved puberty before I did. So I tried to, and he banged the 3 hottest girls in his class, who I tried to jerk off to at the time, but couldn't, which is the double whammy of shame. Holla! Thank you very much! And then, before I lost my virginity, that was a freaking horror show. So first, I couldn't squeeze it in. First, I had no idea how to put on a condom. And I couldn't squeeze it into the traditional hole of choice, which never felt lubricated enough. Nor would I dare to watch my surging manhood disintegrate in my own hands from putting a condom on the wrong way again. Unfortunately, this upperclassman musician, as cool as she was, with her rocket queen pierced nipples, wasn't the one known for putting condoms on by the skin of her teeth. Anyone out there, Cardi B? Holla! Like she uses condoms. Cum duncers are us. Thank you very much! And guys always know when a condom breaks, because all of a sudden the vagina feels more like a wet sponge than a dry suction cup. Holla! And once that condom breaks, you say, wee, sex is fun again. Holla! Thank you very much. So look, I understand most boys and men fumble with the condom for the first time in the process of losing their virginity. Still, having some semblance of a winning streak with any girls in high school, outside of hooking up with like Rosalie once and that Italian Guido on North Avenue, which really doesn't count. Holla! Old school, 914, Westchester Bars, old school crew. Jesse, Kayam, Jared, love you all. Uzdan, Huss, congratulations. You're going to make an excellent Do It All Dad. Coach Dad in particular. Holla! Thank you very much! If my dad pushed me to sign up for Kung Fu lessons in junior high, I'd be more centered, less fretful putts at 20. I wouldn't have felt like such a stupid, useless jerk-off in the presence of a willing, busty, giving upperclassman ready to pounce and make my wet dreams come true, who also avalanched me earlier, 20 minutes before, with her younger sister, no less. Talk about a blown opportunity of biblical proportions, and I'm glad I'm not wasting this to give the A+ dumb job of my dad that he deserves. Holla! Thank you very much! Watching my 7-year-old daughter launch another wiffle ball, long and hard against the back of our humble abode as she rides the bull on her yellow wiffle ball bat is a thing of beauty. Signing her autograph with her bat, being her signature home run trot, is what dreams are made of. Holla! Feel the dreams lives. Thank you very much! Watching my 4-year-old, Samuel. Child services, please don't come down knocking down my door. I'm referring to the original Big Brother. Arthur Morrison. Mojo rising all the time. Long time. Cornbluth. A.K.A. Art Show USA. Holla! Thank you very much. Watching Art Show. Wiz. Catchable. Johnny U. Tight spirals down the stairwell. From a mini football into my arms again and again is a better feeling than pure E kicking in the first time. That's not excessively, heavily heroiny. Holla! Train spotting Liz. Thank you very much! My 20-month-old Samuel, chosen curls, was bound to woo! Mimicking push-ups downstairs on her new Rocky rug, resembling more of a downward dog dry hump, will soften the most hardened of hearts. Nancy Denture Breath Pelosi excluded. Holla! Thank you very much! Both of my sons said, ball! The first words, because they spent so much time at the park with their stay-at-home comedian, Coach Dad. For Matilda, it was Dada. The role of life coach for my 3 kids is by far the most empowering role of a lifetime. Like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man before he started acting funnier than he actually is in real life. Holla! Especially back in the day during his hardcore druggy years where he would do crystal meth and crack cocaine with Hunter up in the Hollywood Hills, and then Hunter would be at the Viper Room, only hearing last call from the bathroom stall, and then he'd disappear, and then Robert Downey Jr. would yell, "Where's Hunter? Holla! Thank you very much!" All 3 of my kids listen to me because they respect me. They listen to me because they see the positive results of my goal-exceeding tutelage. Holla! Thank you very much! Matilda conquers every new set of monkey bars with relentless, making them her bitch fury every time. Arthur's now doing the same. Nor was he previously threading tight spirals of any kind either. Samuel is already doing 5-pound kettlebell raises at 2, freaking multitasking as we're watching the Goldbergs on Hulu, reliving my age of innocence. Holla! Thank you very much! The Goldbergs, the 1 years for Gen X. Basically my pitch for my pilot trilogy, Heavy Metal High, which I pitched at VH1 Classic. Except Dice plays my imaginary life coach whenever my manhood is under siege. Or still not so in its latent form that hasn't come to fruition yet. Such as the first scene when I'm in the nurse's office and I'm getting excessively aroused by watching Lauren Lighthall tug on her bra, complaining about her sore nipples. And then all of a sudden I go, E.D. in my mind, and I explode in my Fruit of the Looms. And then Dice appears. And so the jacket appears in a puff of smoke. So it's clapping, and he says, "Congratulations, you finally achieved blast off, jerk off, holla! Thank you very much." Then he gives me a speech about how, jerking off doesn't make you a man, and that it's all about using high school as an open mic to try everything, to find out what makes you feel most alive, to find out what you're capable of rocking out doing the most. And that's going to be your opportunity at achieving greatness. And that high school is the opportunity to get addicted to winning and to leading with your ball sack. Holla! For preaching the gospel a long time. For reimagined success. Holla! Thank you very much. The Goldbergs. Wonder Years. Heavy Metal High. Holla! Can I get a holla? For my headline hooking prowess. Heavy Metal High. You're welcome. Guaranteed, this Doodle Dad will ensure my children will continue to rack up more heavy metal highs than fucking Don Jr. could ever boast. Holla! Thank you very much. So we're watching a Goldbergs episode. And there's this one episode where the father pushes his son to get into shape so he can do a pull-up. The new national fitness test instituted by Ronald Reagan. The great communicator. Human Events lives. Holla! Thank you very much. Also, best friends with William Holden. Holla! Thank you very much. At first, Adam's mom gets a letter from the president excusing him. In the end, the nerd kid, in love with movies like Red Dawn, does the chin up and gets commended by the coach for a job well done. The father watches this all go down from the door of the gym, pumping his hands up in triumphant victory. He gave his son the gift of believing in him. Plus, he gave his son the gift of getting him addicted to winning. So he become hungry for more homers, dunks, and TKOs in his future, if his father pushed him in that direction. But more importantly, after getting this chin up, he gave his son the gift of getting him addicted to winning, so he become hungry for more. Homers, dunks, and TKOs won't be in Adam's future necessarily, but greater confidence in himself to overcome past paralyzing obstacles built up in his putts-prone, worry-laden Albert Brooks style head. Will holla! Thank you very much. John Wooden, Hall of Fame coach of the UCLA Bruins, said, "Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And that job is on me, being the involved, do-it-all coach dad that I am." Life coach Tony Robbins lives. Holla! Thank you very much. Tony Robbins is Dr. Seuss for kids. Holla! Thank you very much. As a father, if you can't get excited about your role as life coach over your kids' educations to ensure they become incredibly more big time than you. Then you're a self-serving, miserable cunt of a human being. I'm making sure my kids are prepared to know what hard work and self-belief is necessary to become bigger deal dream makers than the rest as they continue to take it to the limit. One more time, Eagles live. Holla! Thank you very much. What Gen X parents understand. Holla! Old school, Fresh Prince lives. Who really fucking remembers the other guy anyway? Holla! Thank you very much. Spike Lee's less talented brother. Holla! Thank you very much. Our generation who lives. Holla! Thank you very much. Our generation, it's actually my generation, is responsible for the internet garbage heap it's become. Red Fox lives. You gotta tell her to wash her ass. Holla! Thank you very much. Facebook has rendered baby boomers the laziest grandparent generation of all time, limiting the majority of FaceTime with their grandchildren to their smartphones. Lifting a finger is liking a new picture on Facebook. Holla! Thank you very much. Goodwill Hoodie at Facebook, aka Zitface Zook, has to be a puppet of the NSA because he's granted baby boomers the means to spy on their offspring from afar without having to adjust from their spacious, self-imposed, extra roomy lifestyle away from Jim Acosta's hair and Unibrow Maddow's fog up the screen, fishy breath. Holla! Thank you very much. Still waiting for that bumper sticker that says, Baby Boomer arrogance never dies. Holla! Thank you very much. The only reason Gen X parents don't pull the plug on our Facebook accounts is because Zuckerberg made American dads and moms too lazy to produce a photo album for our kids, let alone one for our wedding 10 anniversaries later. Holla! Thank you very much! Stay-at-home dads can be trophy wives on paper, but not in reality. Especially when your wife's smartphone sends her an alert every time you make another questionable purchase. Wife calls, hey babe, so how was Pride? Hey babe, so how was Bride of Chucky? Holla! Jennifer Tilly's tits. Who doesn't love those scrumptious tatas? Can I get a holla for her gorgeous, scrumptious lobes of perfection? Those gunky, gooer releasers rule everything around me. Titty, titty, squeeze, squeeze, y'all. Holla! Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand, raising the rod, didn't do Michael Jackson any favors. And helicopter parents, fucked up, millennial, Mouseketeers, good. Holla! Thank you very much! This is Marlon Brando getting all method on his neighbor, Michael Jackson, when he was preparing for the role of psychiatrist Don Juan DeMarco. Michael, just because it happened at the Neverland Ranch never meant it never happened, Michael. Holla! For taking my time for once in my fucking life. Thank you very much! Being off Adderall helps. Holla! Thank you very much! what Gen X parents understand. Patton Oswalt's voice is no Daniel Stern from The Wonder Years, which always sounded way more like Richard Dreyfuss anyhow. Holla! Thank you very much! Gen X parents understand that baby boomer hippies were the first American generation to shit on vets, like they were the ones responsible for starving hippies eating back alley cats to stay alive on the streets of San Francisco. Birds live. Holla! So does old school Jack Kerouac. Thank you very much! Gen X parents understand that stay-at-home dad egos can't survive as dependent, welfare, she-male moms, knowing you can't stare at a hard-body MILF hiking in Arizona during your annual arranged visit to see your parents, let your wife blaring in your ear. You only exist because of me. Pesci lives. Holla! Thank you very much. What Gen X parents understand. HPV vaccinations for our boys are a no-brainer. Like insisting our boys start junior high accompanied with a lawyer at all times to hand out pre-poundage consent forms from their KISS backpacks. Holla! Shout it! Shout it! Shout it out loud! Ace Frehley lives. Holla! Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand. Starbucks is evil because they crank up the concentration of caffeine in their beans, according to this cool barista I sampled jokes on before doing an open mic in the city. Between AIDS, the dot-com crash of 9/11, soon after, Gen X kids didn't have enough to be on edge about already. Holla! Thank you very much! As a result, Gen X parents like our coffee, like our comedy. Dark and bitter. Holla! Kurt Cobain lives. Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand, like Dr. Seuss, Paul Thomas Anderson peaked early. Dazed and Confused is our Catcher in the Rye, despite it taking place in the 70s during Aerosmith, prime smack, taking years, chipping away at the stone. Holla! The American Stones, baby. Thank you very much. What Gen X parents understand. Nas is a lyrical genius. The hip-hop George Carlin, whose lyrics are even tougher than dice. Holla! Illmatic still reigns supreme. 5 stars. And The Source. 5 mics, whatever. Hip-hop Nation, you feel me? Kanye West knows what the fuck I'm talking about. That's all I care about. Holla! Not exactly, but you get the gist. Thank you very much. What Gen X dads understand. Hip-hop, back in the day, was the most badass, hilarious, accessible, socially conscious-driven slam poetry ever produced until Kanye put his voice on wax. Holla! Thank you very much. What Gen X dads understand. It's important for our children to know that beating Iron Mike in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out required perseverance. What's perseverance, Daddy? Willing away to do Mom once a year on her birthday. Holla! Thank you very much! It's also doing your first deal as an IT headhunter in LA, 3,000 miles away from home. Hey, long way from home. 400 lives. Holla! Thank you very much! At 22, after cold calling for 6 months straight with a debilitating stutter to contend with, feeling like the biggest schmuck in a headset in the universe, knowing I was the only schmuck in a fake news headset to graduate from a top communication school in the country. Holla! Casas lives. Thank you very much! What Gen X dads understand. Eddie Vedder turned out to be a more reliable, consistently great frontman than Axl. As much as it pains me to utter that sentence, all without turning his face into the melted candle wax drippings from the November Rain video. Holla! Thank you very much! What Gen X dads understand. Robert De Niro on The View these days looks like Betsy Ross falling apart at the seams. Holla! Thank you very much! Power ballads are still cherished because they're beautiful, kick-ass songs about romantic longing that never got played out in our hearts. Holla! Janie Lane lives. Lead singer of Warrant. Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand. Sofia Coppola gave Bill Murray the permission to not even bother being laugh out loud funny anymore. Holla! Thank you very much! Taking down all of Louis C.K. specials from HBO. It's a tad hypocritical, knowing that Roman Polanski's The Pianist is still up for tapping on your smartphone remote. Had they taken down the Rocky statue next? Is that the game plan? They taking down the Rocky statue next because it promotes white supremacy, knowing how much Rocky whipped Clubber Lang's ass in Rocky 3. Holla! For taking to limit again. Glenn Fry lives. Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand. Dice. I can't take no more of myself. I'm too freaking hilarious. Holla! Thank you very much. Dice was the fearless alpha dog, male, cool clown we all wanted to be. No amount of internet porn options at our fingertips. The bunch of white trashy, tweaked out girls on crystal meth will ever overshadow or recapture the surgy, tingly feeling of those muff mint golden years of muff diving celebrated in the film Boogie Nights, but more importantly, Scandal in the Mansion and Taste of Amber. Holla! Thank you very much! What Gen X parents understand, our children won't behave like spoiled, out of control, ramification free anarchists who never outgrew their fucking pyro phase if you hold them to a higher social standard than Antifa. Holla! Thank you very much! Funnier dad, happier baby theories. Holla! Thank you very much! Wife, you calm down. For daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. Do you play harmonica rib on Samuel for more howls of unrivaled, untoppable, rip-roaring delight? Little Walter lives. Holla! Thank you very much! Wife, you come down for daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. We just play more together. Van Halen erupts on vinyl, and he becomes my mini air guitar appendage that reflects the finest fabric that dreams, tapestries of love are made of. Holla! Thank you very much! Wife, you calm down for daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. I instill more joy than you do. After the bubble, I roll baby Samuel up into our $100 pink towel from our wedding and belt out, Pink Cubano in the house! In DeSantis we trust. Holla! Thank you very much! Florida, gotta love it. Holla! Thank you very much! Wife, you calm down for daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. He's my little wingman. We bond over hair metal, ballads, which flies to the angels, that he refers to as kick-ass music. Holla! Thank you very much! Wife, you calm down for daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. He said ball before boob. Holla! Thank you very much! You calm down for daddy, baby. Funnier dad, happier baby. Controlling our kids with comedy can make our kids great again. My 3 fuss-free kids, 99.7% of the time, are living proof of it. It's only the tagline for my podcast for the past 4 years and counting. Feel free to check it out sometime. You're only 502 episodes behind. Holla! Thank you very much! You calm down for daddy, baby. Do it all, dad. Nicknames create more personalized connections, babe. Like when baby sticks his tongue out, his incredibly thick tongue, his brother, sister, and I yell out, Jabba! Hut, hut! Hike! In the house! Holla! For Do It All Dads. Nickname prowess. Long time, all the time, on display. Constantly killing. Thank you very much! Effortless. Love trumps all. My daughter asked, Daddy, did Mama tell Arthur to say he's proud of me for getting my white belt in Kung Fu? Little brother, Arthur says, no, she didn't. I replied, I'm not surprised. Mama isn't that sweet. Holla! Take it to the limit. Glenn Fry. I'm loving you a long time today. You're welcome. Thanks for the memories. Thank you very much! Well, my sweeter, infinitely funnier, firstborn twin, Matilda, female Flash, singing Rose Cornbooth, who has my genetic makeup all over her face, proclaims, Daddy, if Uncle John doesn't show up to your funeral, I'm going to kill him. Holla! Thank you very much! Not a holla for like wishing that would happen, but that came out of fucking nowhere, and you gotta love Kill Bill Vengeance fury-based love like that in your honor. Holla! Thank you very much! I had to take some credit. I had to take some credit for nurturing such a sweet daughter who possesses such amazing, out-of-this-world dark humor maestro leanings of a female Jim Norton in the making. Holla! Thank you very much! I'm not dying of an itchy esophagus from COVID, in case you're wondering. Holla! Thank you very much! Although, as a result of my steady use of concrete comedy language on my daughter, Deltoid Dawn Strong, who's now 10, who's more than familiar with the do or die verbiage embedded within the art of performing stand-up comedy or pitching jokes with the intent of ripping out lasting streams of laughs, long time, all the time. Holla! For instilling the killer attack gene and for getting my kids addicted to winning instead of them becoming victimized, pill-popping losers. Holla! Thank you very much! You could say, oh, well, do it all dead. You did Adderall for a long time. Yeah, but like my father. You took an Adderall pill. But yeah, but compared to Jonathan, I wasn't taking 100 milligrams a day. It was like a time release. I'm looking after 3 kids, and I'm writing a bunch of books, and I'm doing a podcast, and you're nowhere to be fucking found, Pops. And if I took 100 milligrams a day, I would have like blown through the Talmud and the Old Testament. I'd even give the fucking Bible Part 2 a shot, and I'd be the modern day version of Martin fucking Buber. Okay, Dennis Leary lives. Holla! Thank you very much. Not an Adderall, I assure you. Holla! Thank you very much. Obviously, don't need it. So, for example, when I used to perform open mics at local townie bars in northern Westchester County, I started to develop a hot streak, which annoyed Mommy, because whenever I come home, I'd emerge in our living room victorious, filling up a room bigger than IT nerd, schlepping back from his business analyst job as an overpaid peon at a fabled hedge fund in Westport, Connecticut. It's buying up all the real estate in freaking America right now so the middle class can be squeezed out forever for voting to make America great again after our country let Antifa and BLM burn it to the fucking ground. Holla! Thank you very much! Then, as usual, my opening address to my kids for my lucky number 3 Samuel was born was, what did Daddy do tonight? And my kids would yell with effortless, giddy delight, Daddy killed. Holla! Thank you very much! From there, I'd go into Bear Hug, my 2 biggest fans in the universe, before Samuel Chosen Curls was bound to woo was born, before those special celestial beams of light who could cure the most jaded of hearts became the best of 3 worlds in my universe. Thank you, Hashem, the Most High, for making unplanned fatherhood the best gift a man could be blessed to fulfill. Holla! Thank you very much! So from there, I go into Bear Hug. My biggest fans in the universe. Best home team ever. And what I loved about being immersed in these post-kill circles of gene pool love is how happy my children were for me to be doing the best version of me. For me to be going out of my way to showcase my inner rock star. To take it to the limit one more time. Holla! Thank you very much! Under the fresh, scented embrace of my kids hugging daddy with all their might. No mountaintop of comedic dominance ever felt out of sight. Dylan Thomas lives. If he was a big-headed, funny Hebe, looked like Vince Vaughn pre-insomniac. Holla! Your money, baby. Thank you very much. This is awesome, baby. Thanks a lot, Dick Vitale. Thanks for the memories. Thank you very much. I'm sure Matilda felt the same way when she was sandwiched between her two baby brothers at her white belt ceremony for Kung Fu, future ruckus rouser graduation class. The other parents in attendance couldn't help but vicariously derive good vibrations. Beach Boys live. Holla! Thank you very much! Rolling off our circle of love. This moment was a direct result of effortless love. Effortless love is given with free flowing grace because it emanates from a heart full of wonders and an age of innocent delight. Effortless love never feels strained or hard-sold into because effortless love knows no ego. Effortless love gives the best of your heart's love for goodness sake. Santa lives. Holla! Thank you very much! Effortless love is the only real kind of love because it doesn't expect anything in return. Effortless love is the biggest deal imaginable. Effortless love trumps all, and it makes this Doodle Dad feel like the most star-powered comedian in the universe. Children are for dream catching. Children are for uncles to be non-involved with. Children are for infinite joy because God hooked you up for refusing to give up on doing you.